attorneys who are very good friends of most of you. We all started together in the DA's office. Buddy started December 19th. I won't say what year. Todd and I started on March the 3rd. And again, I won't say what year, but I think Todd and Buddy stayed for a few years, and then they went on to bigger and better things. I remained there. I became chief of homicide when I was 30 years old, and when Judge Brown took over, I became the executive assistant in charge of all the major crimes in the office, including all the murders, the rapes, and the robberies. And in 2003, I was lucky enough to receive a nomination to the Supreme Court bench in Queens County, and I was elected, and I sat in the homicide part for about 9 years. So my whole career has basically been involved with murders and other violent crimes. I will come back again to you in the future, if you allow me, next year, and the race for district attorney is on. But I can tell you right now that besides those violent cases that I prosecuted, I tried many of those cases personally. I put cop killers behind bars. I took care of mass murderers. There was a College Point murdered. There were 6 people murdered. The 7th one escaped and was able to testify at trial. That happened back in '95. I prosecuted those 3 guys personally. The Wendy's murder, I was in charge of the Wendy's massacre down on Main Street, and many, many other cases. But towards the end of my career in the DA's office, I got more pleasure out of doing this. Some attorneys would come up to me, ask me to take another look at their case. And one particular one I will just talk about for a minute. Seymour James, who was the head of the Legal Aid Society for Queens County at the time, and then became head of legal aid for the whole city, came up to see me and said, "Greg, I have a guy in jail. I know in my heart he's innocent. And I want you to take another look at the case." I said, "Well, you're a good trial lawyer. I'm sure you can convince a jury that he's innocent." And he says, "No, Greg. He's already been convicted. He's in jail for 6 years already. But I know in my heart he's innocent." I said, "Well, you got a good appeals bureau in the Legal Aid Society. I'm sure they'll be able to be successful on appeal." He said, "We've exhausted all the appeals. We've been turned down. He's sitting in jail. We have no other recourse." So I took that as a compliment that he would come to me, who I have a reputation as being a tough DA, but I also have a reputation as being fair. So I had no obligation to take a look at this case other than a moral one. So I took a look at the case, and it was a rape conviction. The man was sentenced to 8 1/3 to 25 for a rape that occurred in Woodside on 69th Street, 1 block south of the 7 train on Roosevelt Avenue. And I was able to show after a couple months that at the time that the woman was viciously attacked in Woodside, this man was in Brooklyn. It was his birthday. His girlfriend had a dinner for him. He went on to the J train on Halsey Street, and while he was on that train, the woman was attacked. So we were able to exonerate him and free him from jail for a crime he did not commit. Again, I'm going to come back to you next year, but I can tell you right now that I've been protecting you for the last 39 years. 25 as a DA, 14 and a half as a judge. And I just presided a couple years ago. Do you remember the imam and his assistant that was murdered on Liberty Avenue, 79th Street, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, about 1 o'clock? I presided over that trial, and the man that killed the imam and his assistant were convicted in my courtroom, and they were sentenced to life without parole. So, like I said, I'm going to come back here next year when the district attorney's race is going on. I'm going to ask for your support. All right, until then, have a great night. Thank you very much.
ITV, Call of Peace. Save humanity.